tonight. The government forms a commission to investigate causes of the fire at TANESCO offices in Morogoro region. Tanzania and Rwanda sign economic agreements. And in sports, Tanzania's national netball team's optimistic of performing well in the African Championships. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. The Region Commissioner of Morogoro, Martin Shigella, has formed a commission to investigate the cause of fire, which this morning gutted the head office of Tanzania Electricity Supply Company, TANESCO, in the region that is dependent for distribution of power to districts in the region as well as Dar es Salaam, Tanga and Kilimanjaro regions.
Vyombo hivyo vitahusisha kwanza jeshi la zimamoto na uokozi wenyewe.
All security organs will be involved to create a body that will carry out investigations. On the issue of the fire, so far, I have directed RPC to boost security at this area and TANESCO to ensure that the power is returned within 24 hours. The fire was put out carefully. At the scene, everything is safe, with no hazardous impact on people. And security has been beefed up at the offices. So far, the cause of the accident has not yet been established.
President Samia Suluhu Hassan is in Rwanda for a two-day official visit, where on the first day, the governments of Rwanda and Tanzania signed agreements aimed at improving economic relations between the two countries. At the occasion, the two leaders said that the agreements will benefit the people of the two countries.
Kama mnavyojua kwenye dunia sasa, uhusiano baina ya mataifa umejikita zaidi kwenye masuala ya kiuchumi.
Global relations are now putting more emphasis on economic issues. As a country, we had to follow along the code with our neighbors in East Africa and elsewhere. We have agreed to strengthen our relations in trade, investment, so that we can utilize all opportunities available between these two countries.
Rwanda and
Tanzania share many things, not only the border between them, but we strive for the development of our people, and this can be possible from our cooperation.
Central to our cooperation.
The Inspector General of Police, IGP Simon Siro, has said that they have sufficient evidence on allegations facing the chairman of opposition party Chadema, Freeman Mbowe, and that is why he has been taken to court. He warned political parties and other groups to stop interfering with the case, including organizing demonstrations, and instead to wait for the court's ruling on the case.
Ninachosema na kurudia waandishi wa habari, waende wamuulize huyo tuliyempeleka kwa mahakamani kwamba hili jambo unajua, na kama ni mkweli na ana dini yake na anamjua Yesu Kristo, si ndio? Maana yake anasikia ni Mkristo, aende awaambie habari. Sisi kumuonea mtu tunamuonea kwa lipi? Tupate nini? Tunachotaka kutimiza wajibu wetu. Umefanya kosa, utawajibika kwa mujibu wa sheria. Tuna ushahidi wa kutosha, tuache mahakama itadetermine kafanya, yes, hakufanya, yes. Lakini habari ya kikundi cha watu kusema tunataka kuandamana, tunataka kufanya nini? Wewe nani bro? Hiyo nafasi huna. Na Watanzania wengi hawataka shida sasa hivi. Watu wanahangaika na watoto wao kusaidia, wanakuwa na maendeleo. Wao wanataka kila siku kutufanyia fujo. Wewe ni nani? Fanyeni siasa, msiingie kwenye uhalifu.
Employees, nurses and health providers in the country have been urged to give priority to special groups, particularly the elderly and those with chronic diseases, during the COVID-19 vaccination exercise so that they do not spend a lot of time in the long queues. The call was made during a COVID-19 vaccination exercise in Dar es Salaam that was attended by wives of various leaders, including stakeholders from media houses.
Lakini niwaombe wauguzi wenzangu ambao wanatoa chanjo.
I am calling on my fellow nurses and other health attendants who are providing vaccines at health centers to ensure that the prioritized groups are given special procedures of being vaccinated at health centers in Dar es Salaam.
Mimi najua kuja kwenu nyinyi hapa.
I have been vaccinated. I am safe and fit, as you can see me. This will motivate other people to come forward and get the vaccine.
We thank the government for giving media fraternity an opportunity to get the vaccines, because as journalists we are meeting new people every day, putting our families at risk. When we're protected, then our families will remain safe. Arusha Resident Magistrate Court has continued to hear testimony from the sixth witness in the armed robbery case facing the former District Commissioner of High Lengai Ole Savaya and two co-accused, whereby it will give its preliminary ruling tomorrow on an injunction submitted by the Republic. Here's more on the report.
The injunction was submitted by the Principal State Attorney Abdallah Chavula, while the sixth witness, Bakari Msangi, was being questioned by the defendant's lawyer, who wanted to be given the statement made by the witness at the police station. State Attorney Chavula told the court that the lawyer of the defendant had violated the law by questioning the witness on the police statement, when he had already told the court that he does not know what had been written, as he had not read the statement. The case was adjourned until 3rd of August, when the court will make a decision on the injunction.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has formed a commission to investigate, monitor and inspect assets belonging to the Cocoa Farmers Cooperative in Kiela District Mbeya region in order to find those implicated in embezzlement of the assets so that they can be arrested.
I'm going to form a special committee. This cooperative was doing so well, then suddenly everything vanished, including assets of the cooperative. That is why the farmers here want nothing to do with the cooperative unions. The committee will inspect all cooperative assets, so all of those who are involved will bring answers to the responsible organs. As the Ministry of Agriculture, we will fulfill all directives given by the Prime Minister so that we can restore the value of cocoa, the cocoa crop in the country.
Unidentified people in Longido District, Arusha region have sabotaged 400 kilovolt power distribution project worth 500 billion shillings from Tanzania to Kenya after taking metal pieces and wire from the power towers.
This is a strategic project done by the government for the purpose of ensuring that people get reliable power and at affordable prices. Not only that, the project connects Tanzania and Kenya.
Kwa kweli hicho tutaifanyia kazi kama serikali kwa sababu ile ni mradi wa serikali.
That is a government project. It deserves to be protected and not be misused. We are going to cooperate with the government by ensuring that within our villages, everybody becomes responsible in safeguarding the infrastructure.
Dar es Salaam Region Commissioner Amos Makala has directed owners and managers of passenger transport vehicles to ensure they adhere to guidelines given by the Ministry of Health against COVID-19 after an assessment revealed that the guidelines were not being implemented.
Kwa mtu anayeingia kwenye gari, kwenye kivuko, kwenye mwendo kasi, kuvaa barakoa sio hiari tena, ni moja ya sharti. Maana nimefanya survey, unaenda kwenye kivuko feri, mtu anaingia na barakoa kwa sababu tu kuna usimamizi, akifika ndani anaivua, na anapotaka kutoka anaivaa, kwamba unapovaa barakoa unajikinga wewe na unamkinga na mwenzako.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly.
Are you ready for some great news? I'm Christine Mundwa.
And I am Eddie Micah Jr. with the brand new DW News Africa,
The show that tackles the issues shaping the continent.
now with more time to offer an in-depth look at all the trends that matter to you.
What's making the headlines and what's behind them?
We're on the streets to give you in-depth reports and insights.
DW News Africa.
Welcome back, and in international news. Doctors in Nigeria's state-run hospitals have begun a strike over pay, insurance benefits and poor facilities as the country faces a third wave of coronavirus. Here is the report.
The strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors, NRD, which represents about 40% of doctors in Africa's most populous country, started on Monday and is the latest in a series of medical staff work stoppages. NRD President said the strike is indefinite and that there will be no exemption for doctors handling COVID-19 cases. He said the industrial action was to push the government.
Now moving on, the death toll from 6 straight days of wildfires in Turkey has risen to 8, while in neighboring Greece, firefighters were attempting to contain a blaze that has destroyed houses and hospitalized more than a dozen people.
Mediterranean in recent days. Experts have warned that climate change is increasing both the frequency and intensity of wildfires. Dozens of people have been treated in hospitals in impacted areas. Dozens of people have been treated in hospitals in impacted areas, while thousands have been evacuated from their homes.
Moving on, the leader of opposition ODM in Kenya, Raila Odinga, has once again stressed that he is the one who deserves to take over from President Uhuru Kenyatta after the general election next year and revive the economy of the country.
Kenya ambaye ni Kenya ambaye imeendelea. Nasema Kenya haifai inacheza kwenye ligi ya nchi fukara. Miaka 60 karibu mpaka tupate uhuru.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows next after the break. We'll be right back.
And meet business leaders and experts who keep you informed on business and economic developments taking place in the country, such as tourism, construction, energy, transport, mining, agriculture, communication, banking, real estate, and more. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. The Minister of Agriculture, Professor Adolf Mkenda, has said due to growth of the maize market, the government is continuing to ensure farmers use improved seeds and inputs in order to get big harvests that will meet the demand in the market.
I heard that maize from Zambia is of good quality. Thus, it is the responsibility of our ministry to work with TAMISEMI and farmers to ensure that as a country we improve maize farming, because there are promising markets for the crop.
NMB Bank Western Zone has assured small miners that it will give modern mining equipment on a loan so as to make their activities more productive, and that in order to access the loans they must join into groups.
Our bank right now is issuing loans at mines for small-scale miners, middle and large-scale miners. And we even issue loans for buying mining machines. The power that we receive in villages has no capacity of running machines. The electricity we get is insufficient for home. The electricity we get is sufficient for home use only. Therefore, we're calling on the government to provide electricity which will be sufficient to run factories.
And 150 tourists from Israel have arrived at Kilimanjaro International Airport for a one-week visit to various national parks in the country. And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows next after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
Welcome back, and in sports news. Tanzania's national netball teams have a chance of performing well in the African Championships this November after failing to participate in international competitions for a long time.
Kilicho chini ya uwezo wetu kutafuta ufadhili, kutafuta timu bora, washiriki wachezaji wajiandae vizuri, ndio nafasi hii tulionayo.
We want to make sure we do everything in our powers to find sponsors, participants, and also make sure the players prepare themselves well. This is what we are going to do. So I would like to call on the stakeholders, wherever they are, whether it be individuals, companies, or institutions. When we come to seek for sponsorship, please support us.
The government in Arusha region has taken measures to develop karate by changing mindsets that the sport is a violent game.
The government is to make sure all the West Coast clubs of karate, Jeet Kune Do, as well as taekwondo are put together, so that Arusha city can have all these clubs.
Harry Kane has fueled rumors linking him with the move to Manchester City by failing to report for Tottenham training. Here's more on the story.
Kane was due back at Hotspur Way on Monday for a series of tests, including one for COVID-19, ahead of his reintegration into the squad following a summer holiday. However, the 28-year-old was a no-show amid persistent talk of an imminent move to Etihad Stadium, with City reportedly preparing to launch a big money bid for his services. Kane's current contract is not due to expire until 2024, but the England international reportedly reached a gentleman's agreement with Spurs chairman Daniel Levy last year, which allows him to move on to pasture new this summer.
Jurgen Klopp will be giving Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez every chance of playing their way into contention for the Premier League season opener against Norwich, with the Liverpool boss hoping to get more minutes into his two returning centre halves on Thursday.
The Reds will be back in friendly action later this week when they take on Bologna, with the countdown well and truly onto the trip to Carrow Road on August 14th. Liverpool will hope to be at full strength for the meeting with newly promoted domestic rivals, with Van Dijk and Gomez looking to force their way into Klopp's plans after missing much of 2020-21 campaign with serious knee injuries. Asked by the Reds' official website whether he's planning on giving Van Dijk and Gomez game time against Bologna, Klopp said, hopefully yes, that's how it looks in the moment.
Oliver Giroud has explained his decision to leave Chelsea, claiming God wanted me to play for Milan. Here's more on the story.
Giroud completed a €2 million switch from Chelsea to San Siro on July 17th, committing his future to the Italian giants through to 2023. The France international is now eager to help Milan fight for success on both domestic and European fronts, having decided the time was right to embark on a new challenge in a different league after 4 years at Stamford Bridge. Giroud was officially presented as a new Rossoneri player on Monday after scoring on his debut in a 1-1 friendly draw with Nice at the weekend.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbo. Thank you for watching and good night.
Live on our social media accounts, YouTube Capital TV and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania, from Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe and put notification on.
Catch CapChats, an interactive talk show on various trending issues